Hey, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't want to do that. Oh, dang it.
What are we live?
Yeah, it's going live.
Okay.
But I messed up and hit the enter button and I didn't mean to. Because I meant to give it a different name. I have to go back and change it later. I think it just says Forrest Fenn dash Discord or something like that. Uh, it may just say Forrest Fenn, honestly.
See. Yeah, it just says Forrest Fenn right now.
Yeah, I just left it blank. I'll edit it later. It's not what I was thinking about doing.
What are we live?
Yes. Yeah, it's going live. Okay. But I messed up and hit the enter button. I didn't mean to. Wait, we got an echo.
Is that me?
No, it was me.
Okay.
I had to mute YouTube. Sometimes it comes up and it's muted, and other times you bring it up and it's playing. I'm like, what in the heck's going on? Like I said, I don't do this enough to be a professional at this. And I probably need to get like OBS or something to work along with it. But that's just too much, I think.
Yeah, if you don't need to, don't even bother.
Exactly. It's yeah. Like I said, we discussed going live several times and never ever did for a long time. And I was like, well, I'm paying for this crazy thing. I might as well use it.
How much is it a month?
No, it's only like less than 15, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, it's not bad. I mean, my wife might complain about it a little bit because I was paying for it, never used it.
Redneck Express is in here.
Oh yeah, I did.
Looks like it's just us three right now.
Yeah. So before we went live, we were discussing Discord and how neither one of us are, we've never joined it. And I've never figured out the importance of joining Discord, I mean, why do I have to join Discord just to get information if there is information out there?
Yeah, they were. It's so good, but yet they can't show it on YouTube, but they'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the only way you'll ever hear from Shiloh is if you sign up for Discord.
Yeah, I can't. And you think do you think that's guided by Shiloh, or do you think that's guided by something else? I'm sure Shiloh didn't say, no, you can't, only on Discord, I've just never, I don't know. I'm not the one to be in something like that. It's bad enough for me to get into chat, and I can only do that for so long, and then I'll just listen,
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I know we've had this conversation about AOL chat rooms back in the 90s. And I never did any of those chat rooms back in the 90s. I don't know if you remember them or not. You're too young.
Too young.
Yeah. I remember my dad, because he was divorced, there was a lot of chat rooms that on AOL that he was part of. But he had a lot of friends that he would converse with,
I don't get it either, because I'll tune in, I'll watch the shows that they do and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why if it's anything of importance, why not show it? And they
Oh,
have in the
yeah.
past, but it's like they won't even talk about it.
Yeah.
If you want to engage in any conversation or know what's going on, you have to join Discord.
Right. Yeah. And I really don't, like I said, I just listen. I don't really pay too much to the chat part of it either. So even if something's being said through the chat part of it, I don't even catch that either. Because it got to where I just didn't pay attention to chat because a lot of people delete their stuff anyway after so long. Well, just the fact, I picked up on that early on, just the fact that the meaning of Discord is the disagreement between people. So I'm like, why would I sign up for that? And then it's just more.
We don't need any more avenues to waste our time either.
Exactly. I agree. Well, then, in the beginning, supposedly, the last time Ben was on, he mentioned the fact that there was like 100 or so fake accounts. Well, I thought in the beginning, everything was supposed to be verified. So how is that happening then? I mean, are they just letting people on just by the whim now and not checking anything?
I guess it's hard to tell when you don't have any part of it,
Right. And we don't. It's all speculation on our end. I'll admit it.
I just don't get, like I told you, I emailed Shiloh last week after I see he responded to another person.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's been almost a week and still no reply.
Huh. Yeah, it sounded like your question is a question that could easily be answered and dealt with. I mean, I don't know if you want to share what your question was, but to Shiloh, but it would definitely settle some things, wouldn't it?
At least it would for me, I would think.
Yeah. Well, that's like a lot of these people. I mean, I've said this before, I've gotten emails from various people way higher up than I am. And you're lucky if you could get one email back from them, let alone two or three. They kind of cut you off, especially if you ask the wrong question.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever see the treasure chest? Oh, sorry, wrong question. They don't want to answer that.
Yeah, it's like you can only get an answer if you're like pushy and kind of threatening in a way.
Yeah.
You send a nice email and you just get nothing.
Yeah.
Keep it short and sweet, nothing.
Right. Well, I've done a FOIPA request through the FBI. And the first one I got it came back unresponsive, no info available. So then I had to resubmit one, worded a little different. I attached an article and a snippet from somebody's Twitter account, which had to do with the Serbius Action raid. So the first one I had a specific date. because that's a kind of a date we've been given, and I got nothing back. And so this time I did the whole year basically, and I didn't do the waiver on fees. I put a dollar amount in there that I'd be willing to pay for it. So we'll see what comes back on that one. There
I'm
is
hoping you get that bill in the mail.
what's that?
I said, I'm hoping you get that bill in the mail.
Oh, I probably won't get anything back, but I'll get a bill. Well, sorry,
I mean,
we used your money up, but we got
hopefully-
nothing back.
if they don't get paid until after 2 hours and they can potentially make revenue, I would think that they would work a little harder.
Yeah, I would hope. Yeah, it says you get 2 hours of their free time plus so many documents, if I remember correctly. We'll see what this next one does. If not, I'll go back to the drawing board and do it different. I'm sure with the FBI that they are pretty particular about things, I'm sure. Here's my guess.
What did they call it? Cerebus what?
Servious action.
And you
See-
put that in your first one?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I did, and I listed a specific date only.
Which doesn't even seem like you would need the date, you know? Seems like that would be enough to.
Yeah, it seems like it would be. Well, I ran into an paper that somebody wrote about it, and they're from the UK, if I remember correctly. I was like, man, if I could reach out to them and maybe get some information from them, you know,
Oh, yeah.
somebody that's already done a little research, you know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, heck, I'm just a nobody, but as Elvis said, I might be a nobody, but I'm a somebody. Don't discount me. I am a Gemini. I'll send my evil twin out. Nah.
You're good at getting responses though, so that's good.
Yeah, it gets you nowhere though. More scratching your head than anything. What's the other things? Oh, what do you think about people unloading their coins and their gold? It's all over eBay.
So, I told you about it. I think it's kind of, if there's epicness coming, why would you unload them now? Why wouldn't you hold them for, another year or 10 months or whatever until January 1st epicness happens, and then sell them when this Netflix documentary comes out?
That's assuming there's a Netflix documentarian or whatever. I reached out to Benjamin Wallace. Do you know who I've mentioned his name before. So he's the one that Theo Love, is that his name?
Sounds right.
Okay, so I reached out to Benjamin Wallace because he had actually emailed me a couple of years ago. I met him in West Yellowstone at the Fenn finale. So I talked to him for a little bit there, but I sent him an email a couple of years ago, and he actually got back to me. But this time I sent him an email and said, well, we've been told that a Netflix I can't even say it now, documentary is being made, which has to do with your article that you wrote. And I said, can you verify any of this at all? I never heard anything from him. Never got anything from him on that. I was hoping he would at least, make some kind of statement, but I didn't get anything. So if anybody's out there that's higher up than I am, contact Benjamin Wallace. Because supposedly the Netflix documentary was supposed to be a spin-off of his article. So
Where was his article through?
it was either in the New Yorker or the Outside Magazine. Which one was that in?
Gosh, I'm not sure.
He was in the New Yorker, right? With Justin Posey, about Justin Posey.
What was the other one?
Outside Magazine.
God, I feel like it's Outside Magazine, but I'm not sure.
It might be, but I think something rings a bell, the New Yorker, but I could be wrong on that. It's one of those, I know. I'll do a quick search.
Is that guy related to the actor?
I don't think so.
No.
The New York Magazine, the greatest 21st century treasure hunt. So it's called the New York Magazine.
Hmm.
So yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of like we were talking about how they're trying to sell the coins. The same people that are talking about the Netflix documentary are selling the coins.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you unload? I mean, you already overpaid the price of the stuff anyway. So your only chance of even making your money back, or maybe it worth more when a Netflix documentary does come out, it's almost like they know there is no documentary coming out. So they might as well unload this stuff now because they're trying to bring up the hype on the Netflix documentary to maybe drive. Maybe I'm saying too much. You see where I'm going with that, don't you?
Yeah. But it really doesn't make any sense to sell it now.
It doesn't. Yeah, you would want to wait till there's a sure thing about a Netflix documentary coming out. Now, maybe them just talking about it, they think is going to drive their coin or their gold up so they could sell higher. I just can't see somebody paying those prices though right now.
How much more are they going for right now? Like,
I think they're just trying to break even.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people are like taking offers, but some of the stuff on eBay is, it's expensive. I don't know if they sold it for that amount or they're asking more. I don't know. Or they're having buyer's remorse, probably.
Seemed like they bought a lot.
Yeah.
Which, if it was an investment, like I said, it makes more sense to just wait.
Right. I agree.
Wait for Shiloh's epicness.
Yeah. Right. Up in there, hello, lurkers. Hello, lurkers. I still got to get Bill Gorman stuff sent out. I tell you what, I've had so much going on. This has probably been the busiest summer I've had in probably freaking 12 years.
It's because you're going on vacation every other week.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, nothing fancy or anything like that. Just just been busy every weekend. Then I've been doing all this remodeling in the bathroom and bedroom. So yeah, that's taken some of my time up. Oh yeah. It's been a busy summer. And then we just got back from Branson. We went down there for just 2 days. My sister's and brother-in-law's anniversary was this weekend. They wanted us to go down there. So we went down there for a couple of days.
I knew some people that were just down there too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff to do down there. Now the problem with us is we're from around here, and then I had an aunt and uncle and my other uncle. They all lived down there for probably 10 or 12 years. So every year we were going down there, and my aunt and uncle both worked at Silver Dollar City, so we always got free tickets down there. So it was
What's
a cheap
that?
vacation.
What's Silver Dollar City?
It's kind of like a Worlds of Fun or Six Flags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is different. They've got more crafty type things. I mean, they've got roller coasters and yeah, they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got different shows they do. Like they have like a saloon show because it's more countrified.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. But I always want to go, but I can't get anybody else to go there. Plus the tickets have gotten so expensive. It's like $100. It's like $100 a person now.
Oh man, we have probably something similar to that. It's called Michigan Adventures.
Oh yeah. Is that up on the island?
No.
No. Was that Mackinac Island? It's up there in Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's at Mackinac Island?
There's not really much up there. It's more I don't even know how to explain it. There's no motor vehicles. It's kind of old fashioned.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. We've always wanted to go. I didn't know what there was to do there.
I mean, there's not really much to do there.
Mm-hmm. I've been to what's the roller coaster park off of Erie, Lake Erie?
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. Yeah, we've been there before.
Yeah, I would like to go somewhere like that.
Have you been there before?
I've been there before.
Yeah.
Just need to get back because I have kids now. So
Yeah. I can't remember how my youngest. I don't remember how old he was. It's probably been 12 years since we've been there, maybe 13.
I'd rather go to the water park.
Oh, you like the
rather
water
than-
parks? I'm not the big
Yeah.
water park person,
No, I don't like getting on roller coasters really.
really.
Yeah.
I'd rather do a roller coaster. The only thing I do at the water parks is I get in the lazy river, and that's about it.
You ever been in a wave pool?
Yeah, I'm about drowned once.
I like those. Those are fun.
Not that I couldn't swim. It's just I had a asthma attack because when I was younger, I used to get asthma attacks.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of a random thing. Well, I just happened to be in the wave pool when I got one time, and nobody was paying attention to me, and I couldn't get my breath.
Oh yeah. Once you're in it too, there's
Oh
just
yeah.
wave after wave. So
So I was doing everything I could to calm down and get to a point where I could get back above the water so I could get a breath. And man, it was pretty scary. And none of those lifeguards even realized that I was underneath the water for about 10 minutes. Of course, that's exaggerated.
Really?
It wasn't 10 minutes, but
oh.
at least a couple of minutes. I held my breath. I tried to hold up, just calm down long enough because when you have an asthma attack, you just can't breathe. and that little
Uh-huh.
windpipe would it shut off on me, so I couldn't get any air.
Oh,
So yeah, that was pretty sketchy. I remember
did it
that
get
like it was yesterday.
did it get better as you got older?
Yeah, it went away. It was only like 2 or 3 years that I had that. I don't even know what caused it. It was really weird.
My son has it and
Oh
kind of
yeah.
scares me.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's that little flap
Peop-
in his throat that catches or something. Or just
Uh,
asthma in general.
asthma in general.
Yeah.
He
Well, yeah,
plays
mine.
soccer, so
Oh yeah, yeah.
soccer is like a sport where you're never like standing. So
Right.
s- most of the time he's good, but there's some days where it's 85 degrees out, and
Hmm. I mean,
I
it
don't
would
know what it
start.
is when he gets too hot.
Oh yeah.
When he gets too hot, and it just brings it on, I guess.
Mhm. Chest burns and stuff.
Wheezing,
Yeah,
like can't catch his breath.
yeah. Now, when I had COVID last year, I was having a lot of wheezy problems. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, could hardly breathe, and I'd have to get my inhaler out and take a couple of shots of my inhaler. But that's gotten better too, though. I'd say the last 3, 4 months, it's gotten better. But usually, when I was younger, when I had that incident for about 2 or 3 years, I could be eating something I normally would eat, and I would get like a little asthma attack, and then my
Oh,
little the little flap in your windpipe, it would close on me for
uh-huh.
whatever reason. Then I couldn't breathe at all.
Oh, wow.
So it went from one extreme to another. But yeah, I haven't had that for a long time. So yeah, if yeah, if there is truly, and if they know there's a Netflix documentary coming out, um, I would say, why would they be getting rid of their coins and gold? That's what I say. Which makes me wonder if there's not even anything. And let's say the epicness is a book from Shiloh. I mean, do you consider a book from Shiloh being epic?
Hmm.
I mean, I guess it
Uh,
depends on what it is.
yeah, I mean, if you can explain the clues to me and make it make sense, I mean, that would be epic either way. So
Well, what if it's a book minus all that?
then it's garbage.
It's, just a story that we haven't heard about Forrest, like CIA story or um, DB Cooper story or something.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know.
yeah, of course that would be something if like he had proof of who DB Cooper was or he
Mhm.
was,
Yeah.
or even proof somehow that he knew who he was, but he wasn't going to tell. I mean, but anything short of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
we've just been getting strung along.
I
That'd
mean,
be,
you would think by now there would be a little bit of hype going on, you know,
what kind of hype do you mean?
meaning getting everybody um prepared for it to come to be released, like little snippets here and there. At least get the community talking anyway. but we really haven't gotten anything.
Just based on the interactions that he's had with only certain people, I just don't see anything coming.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Well, that's what we thought about the treasure chest being a treasure chest being sold at Heritage. I'm just waiting. I'd like to know Justin's feeling on the chest being 19th century. We haven't even got that.
Yeah, I know.
I sent
Well, if you were to join Discord, you would see Justin's messages.
damn you, Galaxy. I know.
And you would be able to see the different pictures he's been posting.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not very good pictures.
No, they're not.
I think a couple of them have gotten shared.
Can you imagine that?
I mean, here it is 3 years later. We still have no decent pictures to look at. Yeah.
You know what I think epicness could be? What if it's just Shiloh saying it's not his grandfather's chest we were all looking for. That's it. And it's, in a way, proof that he took it with him.
Yeah. And how do you explain the Heritage treasure chest then?
Well, that was the one we were all looking for.
The one we were looking for?
It just wasn't Fenn's chest.
Yeah. You gave it to Jack.
Who knows though?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see stringing us on this long, even with the lawsuits going on. I mean, if there was a documentary coming out, it would be in their best interest. Why keep it so hush hush? Is that going to make it more epic by keeping it hush hush and just like releasing it on a certain day in 2 months or 1 month or something? Wouldn't you want to build that epicness up a little bit? I don't know.
Well, even say a little bit so it puts people at ease, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's like you did. It's like your message.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like your message to Shiloh, and you haven't gotten anything back.
Yeah, it's like, what do you got to do to get in contact with the guy?
Yeah.
You got to have some, red button material on him to get him to respond to anything, or what? You got to threaten him to blow his cover.
But I'm sure all the answers are right on Discord. I guess we could use a fake name like all these other people, supposedly. But I thought that they were checking those, though, verifying emails and.
Get on there, sign up.
I just don't want to deal with all the rigmarole, all the reading and the searching,
Uh-huh.
It's just more of it, more of the same thing.
I gotta reiterate how disappointed I'll be if nothing's coming.
Well, you've stuck around for 3 years.
not even that. Just I would honestly be mad for the people that this has gotten to.
Yeah,
Like, it's at this point it's mind games, and I don't like it.
right. Well, what's the end game for the mind games? I mean, that's what I don't get.
Well, I already see it ruining people's lives as it is.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree.
And I don't think it's fair to those people at all. And
No,
I don't even think it's necessarily their fault.
yeah,
Not 100%.
right. Well, then you have the people that lost their lives too. I mean, what about their families?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you know? I mean, are they owed something? No, but to drag this on, regardless of lawsuits. I mean, you can't keep using that as a reason that things don't come out. If the lawsuits were legit and the lawsuits proved all this to be true, then what's the problem? Why are we still holding stuff back? I mean, is there protection being? I mean, as some say, they're protecting somebody. Um, I mean, even at that, I mean, look at Jack. He never had to show his face anywhere
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to these court cases. Not once did he ever even have to. He never zoomed in. Um, yeah, he never had to do anything. The
He
only
sold
time,
he sold the chest for less.
well, that's if that's all true. We don't even know if that's true or not. Um, my assumption is it's true, but I mean, supposedly there's a gift tax receipt out there too that nobody has seen. I find that interesting. That's never been seen. Nobody, and I mean nobody that I'm aware of has ever seen it. I know who you can ask to find it. It's a lawyer. All you got to do is, doesn't mean he has to share it either, I guess. But yeah, that's what I was told by the court system, that if I wanted anything like that, you're going to have to contact a certain lawyer. And I never did that. I mean, is that on
Carl,
me?
or
No, it wasn't Carl. I think it was Tom Hickey.
said Jack's lawyer?
I want to say no, it wasn't Jack's lawyer. It was Tom's lawyer. I mean, no, not Tom's, but Zoe's lawyer. That's what the Santa Fe court. That's the name I got. So, is it possible it exists? I don't know. I mean, from what I was told, somebody that took good notes at the trial said it was never shown the 2-day trial that happened. It was never shown. It was only listed on the exhibit list. I mean, don't you think McCracken would have showed it if he had it, if they would have given it to him?
Seems like it.
Yeah, it does. Seems like it. And the only time we've ever seen Jack was with Copper Dan.
Strange, huh?
Yeah.
Would you fly halfway across the country to meet him?
I mean, it was connected to a good cause, St. Jude. I'm not going to argue that.
That is true. But I
So
feel like you wouldn't even get the opportunity for that.
no. Yeah, I've been to a lot of St. Jude fundraisers and stuff. But I've never done anything myself, but you know, that I thought it was pretty cool how that all happened, but when I saw the pictures of Jack, I'm like, well, that Jack looks different than the other Jack. So at least I think so anyway. I know we've had that discussion. You think it's the same person. To me, it looks different, but
Just looks like there's a big time period gap in between.
yeah, more than what it was. What, a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the time gap is. Yeah, they just yeah. Well, I don't have much more to add, Galaxy. It's kind of been a slow week. You know, if we were just on Discord, we probably have a lot to talk about.
Right.
Uh, by them keeping everything on Discord, we just don't know anything.
I guess you'll just have to break down and join.
I guess.
Gonna have to drink the Kool-Aid and join in
Drink the
on the
Kool-Aid.
fun. Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll give me a sign-up bonus.
Maybe
Maybe Ben will give me a sign-up bonus. Like, hey, if you after midnight on such and such day, we'll pay you $100 to sign up.
maybe these people will start emailing you back.
Yeah. And you know, most of this I'm just teasing. I mean, I'm being serious too, but on the other hand, I have no ill feelings towards Ben or anything, or towards Discord, but I just don't get why I have to join Discord to see pictures and messages coming from Shiloh. I mean, why doesn't Shiloh just have his own blog then?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way.
Or just post them a few things on his Facebook. Oh, speaking of that, so looks like Shiloh got a new plane.
Yeah.
So maybe that's his $1 million in the hole that they were discussing.
Probably about right.
Yeah.
I like John's comment down at the bottom.
I'm not even seeing it.
What if the finder only had one kidney? Would that be strange?
What if the
Remember how we
finder-
were having that
Yeah.
remember how we were
Yeah.
having that conversation
Yeah.
last week with Lee?
Yeah. That would be odd. Well, you've discussed that, about the kidney thing.
I don't
I mean,
think Jack Spook is responding to emails anymore, is he?
I don't know. I have emailed him except from a long time ago.
Yeah, same here. The last one I got from him was about there being more than one chest. And his answer was
Yeah,
his
tell us
answer-
that answer.
his answer was not that I know of.
So there you go, people that don't think there's two chests. Jack says, not that I know of. He didn't rule it out, did he?
Did not. He didn't say, what kind of question is that?
Yeah.
What was it? Barb said that Jack's lawyer said there isn't more than one. I don't
Oh,
know
so
if you caught
here.
her. I don't know if you caught that.
So for some reason, I'm not seeing anything in chat. Is that weird or what?
Oh, you're not?
Oh, now it is. Okay, now it is. Did you see Bill Gorman's comment? That if Shiloh got a new plane, then the probate must have released the estate's assets. So I found the little button where you can do a poll. Found that just now.
Got one in mind?
No. I just happened to see, I'm like, what's that button? Oh, it's engage with your audience. Start a question and answer or start a poll. I didn't see that there before. Yeah, for some reason, a while ago, my chat was up and then I turned back around, it was gone. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
It's working fine now though, huh?
Yeah, it's fine now. Well, I refreshed it, so I don't know why it stopped.
See how long we've been on for now.
Oh, not too long. Yeah, about 45 minutes, I guess. So Lily Bell says, so is there a documentary coming out soon? Rumor has it. Redneck Express, since it was all bought with Chaseopoly money, anyone, does it really matter? Rob G, Vista Home, Kiwis Road, John Teeter, Trusted Living. I haven't seen Trusted around for a long time. Yeah, I just, like I said, you and I are kind of on the same page. We don't get the reason why this is all taking this long. Especially if something's supposedly happening. And then if there is something happening, then why are they dumping their coins and gold? You'd think they'd want to hold on to it.
I think if you keep on telling people, just wait a little bit longer, eventually everyone just leaves. No questions asked.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like us. We came in late, got started on this late. But it kind of worked out because everybody else was getting off as we were getting on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Of course, we kind of had some other reasons why we were doing that too. Because I know Stumpy, Jason, he's ready to transition a little bit. You and I can still do the Finn stuff, but we've been kind of working on this. Recognize that, don't you, Galaxy?
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
I see you got a lot of sticky notes in there.
I do. It's only on the first 3 or 4 chapters, though. Oh, I forgot about this. So this, think I showed you. I don't know if did I show you my shot glass?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So Josh Jordan sent me that.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. Very nice. Looks like a little mug. Very nice. I appreciate it. I reached out to him because I was like, man, thanks a lot. I said, that was unexpected. Just happened to be, I went to a party that same night and I
You
used
used
it to
it,
take a shot. Yeah, I used it.
That's pretty cool.
But I'd like to buy some from him, but he never emailed me back. So I'll have to leave a comment on one of his videos or something, or maybe he'll catch this. Oh, he just said that I should share before we get off here. I should share my pictures of Cynthia at the
All
concert.
from you got to show the video.
I got to show the video.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see. Let me get them pulled up here. Last time when I showed you last week, we didn't go live last week, but we did chit chat. But the video wasn't playing very good. Yeah, so the weekend before last, we went to see Post Malone, and I couldn't believe it. I saw Cynthia on stage. You people aren't going to believe this, but let me get him ready here. Now that one, there's one of them that's kind of hard to see. Okay, let me share this.
I got to read John's comment. He said, "What if there was a decoy chest in case of a kidnapping?"
Yeah, that's what we've said. We've said that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. So that was one of the things I used to talk about was the kidnap letter.
Where was they were supposed to lead him up to, or Fenn was going to lead him up to West Yellowstone too.
Yeah. And Dale would be there with the authorities.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see that, but there's a picture of Cynthia up on stage at the Post Malone concert, jamming away.
You got a plan?
No, I don't. I'll get it going here in a minute. There's another picture. You can't see this one very good. This one's a little harder to see, but there's a picture of her. There's a picture of her. She's jamming out at the Post Malone concert. Let me see if I can get the video pulled up. Dun, dun, dun. It's a pretty big file too. What was we talking about before I started doing that? Oh, the kidnap letter. Well, supposedly I heard that the kidnap letter wasn't real. Somebody mentioned the kidnap letter just to let people run with it. Have you heard that?
What do you mean about a letter?
Well, so right after all this had happened, to find everything, I don't know the exact month it was, but somebody had talked about a kidnap letter, that there was a letter that in case Forrest was kidnapped, he would lead them to West Yellowstone, and Dale would be there waiting with the authorities. But what I was told later, like 2 years later, that was not real. They just said that to get people to run with it.
Real.
They were discussing it on somebody's show. I can't remember who it was. You don't remember that?
I remember that there was talk of like if nobody had heard from him in like 24 hours, then
Mhm.
like this like chain of events would happen. I remember that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Damn, that's pretty crazy if that's made up.
That's the story I heard of. I don't know if anybody's has mentioned that in chat or not, but oh, here's the movie. Took me a minute to find it. Okay. Let me share this. You let me know if it's not going to play very good, Galaxy.
Okay.
Because sometimes I can't tell on my end. You'll see. You'll see her come up here in a minute.
You gotta watch the big screen, right?
So I'm surprised that he moves around like he does because he's messed up quite a few times, like falling off the stage and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he fell off the stage in was it concert in Alabama, I believe it was, or Atlanta, Georgia, and then
Oh, yeah.
St. Louis last year he fell through a hole in the stage and messed up a couple of ribs while he was live. There she is. There she is.
Same haircut and all.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, this is hilarious. Every time they showed a close up of that girl, I was like, oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Who is this guy? It's Post Malone.
So what do you think he was drunk?
Oh, Posty? Yeah, he was drunk. Yeah.
I know I seen a video of him recently where he was on stage and it looked like he was on a little something more than just the alcohol.
He might have been. I don't know. Stop sharing
he
that.
he definitely has his problems with substances, but
Yeah.
the guy sure is nice in everything I've ever seen him in.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. Yeah. He's
He's not
he's very,
just playing for the camera.
right. He's very personal. Yeah, he was really nice. Well, Galaxy, I don't have anything else unless you have something you want to talk about. We don't want to talk about the two chess theory very much, but we don't want people to catch on to our
Yeah, right.
uh,
Shiloh's waiting on us to finish, right?
yeah, Shiloh just needs to send us Shiloh, send us a comment on the video. We'd love it.
And respond to my email.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to, maybe we need to direct our comments to Ben, and then maybe we can get a response.
That's an idea. Well, I sent Ben an email recently and told him I was going to be out west this fall, first week of October. And my plan was I'm going to be coming through Arizona. I'm like, I'm not sure if I remember exactly where you're at, but if I come through there close to where you're at, I said it would be kind of cool to meet up with you. So yeah, I did send him that email.
Just recently?
Yeah. Yeah. There's several.
When are you going on your trip anyways?
The first weekend, well, the very last weekend of September, which is like 29th, 30th. And then we're flying out to San Diego, I think, for 3 nights, 4 days. And then we're going to rent a car and drive over to Santa Fe, Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Because there's a couple of places I want to visit there in Santa Fe. See if I can't
sounds like fun.
See if I can't bump into anybody important.
I like to snoop around there.
Snoop around.
Yep.
So I told Ben, I was like, if it works out, I said, I don't know if it will or not, but if we're just having to be traveling through there.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Maybe he'll tell me everything that's on Discord. I'll have him print out the documents for me. I'll do a FOIA request on Ben for his Discord. Yeah, I guess we could do that. We can formulate a FOIPA request on Ben for Discord. I'm sure he'd find that kind of hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I would.
I'm sure he'll get wind of it anyway, now that we're live.
So what are we waiting on? Is it January 1st?
I've lost track. The comment was made in March, 6 to 9 months. Well, you know me being a numbers person. Okay, that's the third month. So you got 3, 6, 9. Yeah. 30, 60, 90. That's a special right triangle. Don't ask me what that means, but so yeah, 6 to 9 months from that time.
Okay.
So you're looking at between September and January, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the Dave Woodard lawsuit. I haven't checked on that recently. I don't know what's going on there.
It's still like in the works, right?
I guess I haven't been to the lookup, New Mexico court lookup case. I haven't been there yet for a while. It seems like, these court systems take forever.
Okay, Larry says in the chat, I found it funny. Shiloh was answering for Jack on Discord today. What was he saying?
Yeah, what was he saying? Okay, Larry.
What was he answering?
Yeah, I'm not a big cusser, Vista Home. Don't worry. You're not going to get a lot of that out of me. Nomadic Madman. I met him up in Eric. I met him up in West Yellowstone at the Fenn finale. He's a real nice guy. He's kind of talented. He's the one that plays music and stuff.
So you were there for Matt's little speech?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
How
Larry.
was the
What says you? What say you? You know, okay, Larry's not going to share with us because we're not on Discord. There's probably some NDA he signed or something. I'm just teasing you, Larry. What did you say, Galaxy?
I lost it.
Glenna Freeman, hello. You didn't miss a lot. Who's Tigger? I've never seen Tigger before. Have you? That's a new name. Well, we were just talking about Discord and how they make it seem like you have to join in order to get information now. And we were talking about people selling their gold and coins before the documentary comes out.
Well,
Or was it all hype?
well,
Go ahead.
when people have been voicing their opinions on YouTube, you know, their frustrations, you get told, well, if you were on Discord and you were seeing what Shiloh's saying to us,
Mhm.
you know, then you'd believe that there's epicness coming, you know, like that type of thing.
Yeah. So, okay, Larry says Shiloh told Ben that he didn't have anything to do with what's going on in Discord and said he's pretty sure Jack didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, what? What's going on with Discord?
I don't know.
Is somebody trying to sabotage Discord?
Well, there was that post that Ben put up. You know what I'm talking about? The one I'm talking about?
No, which
Okay,
one
Larry
is
says
that?
drama.
Oh,
I mean, just look up the definition of Discord. It's disagreement between people. I mean, that's why I didn't sign up in the very beginning. They used a different word besides Discord. When is there not drama? You know? I mean, sometimes I don't consider it drama. It's just people airing out things on YouTube and some of these Facebook groups that don't need to be aired out. You know, it's just not the place for it. I don't know.
I wish I knew the context of those comments.
Right, right. Yeah, it says Shiloh told Ben that he didn't have anything to do with what's going on in Discord. And said he's pretty sure Jack didn't have anything to do with it. So something must have happened in Discord. And Shiloh's like, well, I don't have anything to do with that. I'm pretty sure Jack doesn't either. So I'm not sure what that all is. I guess we'll just stay in the dark. Speaking of dark, sun's starting to go down here.
I guess so be it, right?
Yeah. I was on Discord, but I got a new computer. That's what Glenna Freeman says. Glenna Friedman, isn't she the one? Oh my gosh. So I'm horrible with names, but isn't she the one that won the bracelet from Packer Jack?
I'm not sure on that.
I think it was Glenna Freeman. I'm pretty sure it's Glenna. Is that right, Glenna? You were the one that won the bracelet from Packer Jack? That guy says, I went to Discord, looked around, and got out. Hey, there's Ben. Treasure Warriors is in here. Uh-oh. So what's going on, Ben, in Treasure Warriors? What's going on in Discord? What are they talking about? Is there a lot of drama going on? Yeah, I don't do the upcoming notification for my YouTube live. Yeah, it was Glenna that won the Packer Jack bracelet. I thought that was her. So Ben, look up at okay Larry's comment. Here, I'll just read it. Let me go back to it. You can answer this. So Shiloh told Ben that he didn't have anything to do with what's going on in Discord and said he's pretty sure Jack didn't have anything to do with it. What's that referring to? If you can share. So Ben says, and how I bought into it. But Shiloh updated me today that he has nothing to do with it. So I'm feeling down, haha. So
I feel like
Shiloh
we're still missing something.
Yeah, we're missing something. So Shiloh's saying, so Shiloh on Discord's not the Shiloh you think it is? Is that where you're going with this? Throw me a bone, man. Throw me a bone. What? I don't know. Galaxy, you're just gonna have to join Discord.
I can't spend any more of my time on this font.
Ben's like, want me to join? Throw me a link.
I wouldn't mind hearing an explanation. But I don't know how long you planned on staying on.
Yeah, I had planned on being on too much longer.
Ben, if you could relay a message to Shiloh, let him know I emailed him just a short little few questions, and I would just appreciate maybe an answer. Keep it short and sweet. Just looking for a little something.
So Nomadic Madman said, are you looking for a second chest? Well, so it's not that I'm looking for a second chest. We're trying to clarify if there is a second chest. Because Justin says the chest that he is the owner of, which is the one from Heritage, says it's a 19th century chest. Well, that's not what Forrest says in the Thrill of the Chase. And then not to mention the other chest, the Venetti's chest. Oh, let's see, share. So I'm going to send Ben a link. We won't be on long.
All right.
Thought we got all of a sudden it got bright in here. I hope he's sending this to the right email. I'm sure this is the one he wants. Okay. Okay, Ben, I sent you a link. I need to go turn my light on because it's getting dark in here. Got my Cardinal shirt on. Of course, they're not playing very good right now.
Never been a big baseball fan at all.
I am when it gets to like down to September, October. I have paid
I guess I
attention
could-
to it.
I can
I
even
have-
watch that too if the games
Yeah.
are close.
I have paid attention to it. Oh my gosh, what a picture, Ben. Hey buddy, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Well, you know.
I'm going back to the picture. I'm not going to be on video.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just chilling. So, it was really hard to type, just real quick. I don't know what the comment originally was, but it sounded like Shiloh said he had nothing to do with Discord or something. That what happened today was so for the last few days, and the Chase community as a whole has been tracking probably, I don't know, for the last month or so. Or at least I saw it on Thor a couple times, was the stoof.com website.
Yes.
And so the stoof.com website had been updating a few times over the last couple of days. It also had updated, as far back as June. And I personally was buying like really into it. Like I was really into it. I was like, okay, this is it. This is it, but this is like the start of something.
Right.
And
I can see where you would think that.
Right. And so after, and I hadn't bothered to ever text Shiloh saying, hey man, I don't know if this is you or Jack or somebody, but I never did any of that because I don't, that's not how I approach him. The questions I don't expect like a direct answer to, I'm never going to ask. So for the last few weeks, I've just been kind of like, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. They updated today and they put a song up that really felt like it was, I don't know. It felt like it was Shiloh related in a weird way. It was talking about some country song about some guy talking about his grandparents and black and white photos. It went with the website because they had updated one of the fetching photos where it was Forrest and Peggy with the photo in the middle of them.
Uh-huh.
And the whole theme of that was like colorizing black and white, blah, 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 blah. So right. I just am like, all right, I'm just going to text Shiloh and see, is he a part of this? Do you know what's going on? I don't even expect an answer. So I text Shiloh. I'm like, do you have anything to do with stoof.com? And he immediately replies, no, nothing to do with it. Like family has nothing to do, like a complete denial. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess if Shiloh has nothing to do with this stoof.com, then this stoof.com is probably just a troll site. So I was getting really depressed about that. But like, he didn't say anything like he do with Discord or anything.
Okay. So it was about the stoof.com.
Yeah. And it was, it was making me look like a fool today because I honestly was really buying into it. And I don't know if it's a troll or not, but I don't know have you guys been keeping up to date with it?
I haven't been there for quite some time, ever since I mentioned it on YouTube that time.
It's been interesting.
Because I reached out to you by email and asked you, I just point blank asked you if you owned the domain.
Right. I mean, they started off with that Sympathy for the Devil song. And in Discord, I had been really harping on that song because I had seen the Indiana Jones trailer and it started with that song, Sympathy for the Devil. And all I've been harping on has been Forrest's last words to us which has never changed in this chase, which is sometimes I just feel so diabolical.
Right.
You know, if Smell the Sunshine doesn't ask follow-up questions to those final statements, those are the final words Forrest ever gave. Sometimes I feel diabolical. And so Sympathy for the Devil, Indiana Jones, I was all hyped about it. I was posting sympathy for the Devil probably every morning in Discord. Discord's not a bad place. It's just me rambling a lot of the time. And so when they opened up with Sympathy for the Devil on that website, it was like, oh boy. At the very least, this is someone who's in the Discord. So more than likely, it's someone who's in the Discord. They were trolling me, us, all of it. Or it's real, but it has nothing to do with Shiloh, I guess, because he, you know, he disavowed all knowledge.
Yeah. It would definitely be interesting to see. Yeah. You probably can't find out who owns that now, but yeah, I see that picture changed. Now it's a picture of the forest.
Yeah, now it's a picture of the forest. The song is what was it, like a Bob Seger song, I think.
Okay.
You know, it was interesting for a while. The website had updated a bunch of times. It was a photo. This isn't an advertisement for Discord, but I would invite you guys to check it out because there's no advertisements. You don't have to fucking pay. Nobody gets you private information. The waters are warm. But we were examining every single update. It was this photo of like a living room from like a home modeling catalog from Italy or some shit.
I actually found that photo.
Okay, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
So they started adding items to that photo. They added a doll from one of the scrapbooks. They added half of the, you know, the two guys with the sombreros on the horses or the donkeys, you know, facing the other way. They added one half of that. They added Willie in the background, the dog Willie. They added a couple of Omegas. They added a Piper model, not model air, well, it's a model airplane, but a Piper model airplane. I mean, they were adding chase relevant, scrapbook relevant items in addition to different songs. It was very elaborate. Let's put it that way. And Stoof.com is no joke in terms of, you know, trying to purchase it. If you look up Stoof.com, the other misspelling of it, the way Jack signed the fucking map, STEUF, right?
Yeah.
You look up STEUF.com. What you'll get is, you know, like a GoDaddy site that says, yeah, this website's available for $4,000. And what we were at least a little bit able to determine is whoever this site belonged to Jack Stoof at one point. That's
he
proven.
did. He did. Yeah.
It looks like he let it lapse at some point, and then somebody, could be himself, somebody new, somebody else got it and purchases it in 2023-ish.
Yeah.
Which means if the misspelled version of Stoof.com is going for $4,000, how much is the proper spelling of Stoof.com going for? Whoever bought this website in 2023 spent a pretty penny on it.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah.
That's a very expensive troll.
Definitely, for sure. Well, when you you said they were adding stuff in, you mentioned the doll. Well, okay, who do we know in the chase that has a doll? Creepy doll.
Who?
K-Pro.
Oh, K-Pro. God, I don't. If this is K-Pro, it's K-Pro's idea. She could never pull off.
No, I don't. I think she could be being trolled, kind of like them using your song too.
Well, and that's what it. The website was also updating in real time when we were talking about it in real time. Like when it hit like a precipice point, like yesterday or 2 days ago in the morning. You know, you got 30 people chatting about it at once. Yeah, and then they update it right when we do that. You know, they were reacting to what we were, and I had somebody in the Discord who was telling me basically they were from the website. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, are you ready for an update? And I go, okay. And then an update would come. So, I mean, they're definitely active in there. So, you know, either more points to a troll or more points to somebody who's just monitoring everything.
So what letter of the alphabet did their name start with?
They used the screen name.
Okay.
Yeah, the screen name was pretty much irrelevant. They're not like an active user. Like they're not somebody who chats in the chat room and then
Okay.
was messaging me. This was just somebody in the Discord, but who never chats. So it was interesting.
Huh. Yeah, that is interesting because so when I noticed it, I don't even remember. Oh no. So I got an email from somebody that pointed me to it. They're like, hey, I watched your video and it was the one on June 14th. And got this email saying, have you checked out stoof.com? And I'm like, are you talking about the Wayback Machine? They're like, no, not the Wayback Machine, just actually stoof.com. And I'm like, well, no, I haven't checked that. And I checked it. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. There's actually something there.
Who sent that to you?
I'll share that with you on email.
Okay, fair enough. Because it's becoming like a whoever smelt it dealt it kind of deal. Like it's trying to trace back, like who brought this up first? Because I don't necessarily think it's a troll. And with Shiloh disavowing all association with it, I can't necessarily think it's real either. So
Right.
It's very confounding. It's not being really talked about anywhere else. Like I've checked Thor. It's certainly not on Reddit. I'm not in the Facebook groups. I think you're the only one who has talked about it on YouTube. So
yeah, well, I did on so anyway, after I looked into it, I was like, okay, I wonder if I can figure out when this was created. Well, the creation date for stoof.com says it was on June 16th, 2 days after we had been talking about it on YouTube. At least that's a date I came up with. I don't know if you've looked into that.
Right.
Or not.
And then that's kind of a date I came up with. And then certainly an important date for an update. But I can tell you, let me see. When was the first time this person messaged me? Let me see. Scroll back. Yeah. I got a message on June 16th at 6:53 p.m. You should check out stoof.com.
Yeah. So yeah. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
So you want to know if that's the same person that emailed me?
I'm curious. Yeah.
Okay. I'll share that.
I doubt the email address is going to match the Discord name.
Right.
But you never know. People make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, people slip up from time to time,
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know what to make of this per se, but what do you think? So you shared the snippet that somebody had gotten an email about Shiloh saying that there was not two chests.
Somebody else posted. So again, someone posted that in the Discord as well. Yeah. I guess it was on Facebook first. Again, I'm not on the Facebook groups, so because I hate Facebook. So somebody had, I guess, sent an email to Shiloh back in May, asking if there's a second chest, and then Shiloh confirms there is no second chest. Like, don't go out looking.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, that email's 100% legit.
Well, then Shiloh also spelled stoof wrong.
Did he really?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. How did he spell it?
STEUF.
Get the fuck out of here. I didn't even pay attention to that. Honestly, my reaction to that email was, okay, listen, guys, that could mean there's no second chest. Okay, great. I don't need to convince anyone that there is, because I don't even know if there is. However, there's a zillion different outs here, guys. There's a second chest, except it hasn't been hidden yet because they had to wait till court was done. There's a second chest and it was hidden, but they had to take it out of the ground because court was happening, or there were liabilities or force. There's a zillion options of how that email could be written honest and still not tell us jack shit. No pun. Well, pun intended.
Yeah. Well, Galaxy and I, we're under the two chest theory.
I love the two chest theory. It's the only thing that fucking answers the double omegas. And I'm sorry, but even when the finder can't tell me what the blaze was, strike one. When the finder tells me that they are invited to live next to Forrest and they're given a book and he puts the book on a coffee table, strike two. Now this, strike three.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when the heritage auction actually happened, that kind of threw me for a loop because then I was like, okay, well, I was kind of down for like 2 or 3 months. And then I'm like, Justin comes out with this thing saying the bottom of the chest says 19th century. I'm like, well, okay, that's a contradiction right there.
Okay, so your contradiction for hearing about that bottom of the chest was my contradiction that I heard from Shiloh himself, stemming from again on Discord, I was like a week ahead. I was like, nope, the auction's happening because Shiloh confirmed it with me. But then the night of the auction, the night as it's happening, I send a bluff to my contact Brandon to get to Shiloh directly saying, I'm buying that jar right now. And he freaks the fuck out on me and doesn't want me to buy the jar.
Right.
And it's just,
That makes no sense.
this isn't making sense. Why? What if I said I wanted to buy the chest that night from Posey, even though it wasn't for sale? Would Shiloh have been like, well, no, don't buy the chest because it's all fucking fake.
Yeah.
They're all replicas. They're all duplicate. The final story, Brian, that Doug Preston ever said about Forrest Fenn in a public setting while Forrest was alive was in the interview with K-Pro.
Yeah.
And the final 20 minutes of that interview is Doug out of nowhere with Forrest going, no, let's keep talking. And then Doug has this epiphany of, oh yeah, I remember my script now. Hey guys, did you guys once know that Forrest was sold an allotment of cash of arrowheads? And he was told that these arrowheads were from the American Southwest, and he spent $125,000 on them, and he had gotten them, acquired them, and then when he got them, he looked closer at them and noticed a certain quartz crystal that was only found in Brazil, and therefore these arrowheads were fakes.
Couldn't be. Yeah.
Couldn't be, except Forrest found out, and so Forrest got his money back and was able to keep the arrowheads. What a fantastic little fun story, huh? The last story is about spotting a fucking fake. And we have a chest that's from the 18th or 19th century when he writes in the book, 11th century.
Yep.
Double omegas? Come on. This is adding up. I used to hate the two chest theory. I used to hate the idea that there was anything else. Maybe something gets added at the end or the finder leaves a ring. But nowadays, hell no, I'm not going to talk shit about any of that. I love the two chest theory.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like the wood grain. We've never gotten good pictures of the wood grain.
I asked there's a user in Discord who is also on Reddit. His name is Charles Reed. He was Rob's Newton on Reddit. One of these guys who is one of those believers that Jack is fake. Jack is a character, he's playing a role. He's on a contract even.
Yeah.
And Charles Reed. Oh shit! Now I'm forgetting. What was the point of this? What did you say right before?
Let's talk about the like the wood grains, kind of like he talks about the peace pipe.
So Charles Reed asks. He's always been harping, including on Reddit, about the turquoise bracelet. And how it's not the same turquoise bracelet. And he's tried to ask for HD pictures from various platforms. No one will post the HD pictures of the bracelet. He tells me, okay, Ben, text Shiloh and ask him photos of the bracelet. Because I guarantee you that's fake. And he's not going to send you photos of the bracelet. And so I go ahead and text Shiloh and I say, hey man, can you send photos of the bracelet? He responds with a photo of his steak dinner, and then the words underneath are no bracelet.
Huh.
Proving this little Charles Reed guy right of like, see, fucking told you, bracelet's fake, it's all fake, there's doubles, it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, just a little request, Ben. So on my channel, people have commented quite a bit that they like watching the show because there's less cussing going on.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. No. Got you. No worries.
So I just wanted to little bit's okay.
I have to remember. No worries. Got you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I've got one person in there that kind of commented on it. So anyway,
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't even looking, but I promise I will watch the cursing.
no, you're good. So Galaxy, do you have any questions? You're good with questions more than I am.
What's up, Galaxy?
Maybe he's here.
I see Galaxy in chat a lot. I never
Yeah.
really get a chance to talk to him.
Yeah, maybe he's on mute or something. I don't know.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah,
How's it
he's
going,
on
Ben?
mute.
No, it's all good, dude. How you doing?
Good. So I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is any sort of competition going on, whether it be for like who solves whatever or finds something? Do you think there's anything? Is there any race to find something
Okay. I mean,
or know something?
it certainly has felt like that at times. You know, one minute I'm getting along with K Pro, the next minute I'm not. One minute, I'm talking to this person, the next minute I'm not. It's felt to me like there's like a race to get information, and I'm sure it can look like that. I'll only speak for myself when I say no. I don't give a fuck who gets what information first. However, the the more I've done, quote unquote, what I've done, the more I've found that there absolutely is. I think I had the mentality of most anybody else out here who wasn't on the YouTube side of things, and you kind of assume like these YouTubers, they maybe even talk to Forrest, like we like to talk shit about them, but like, are they playing almost their own game? Like, what is this? It seems like they're talking in different language at times. I've gone back and watched K-Pro from 2019 or 2020, and it's holy fuck, it's a reminder of why I started in the first place. Is that still happening? Is there a game still currently happening where people are trying to get info? Fuck yeah, there is. Yes, there is. I know why people are doing things behind the scenes and then doing something in front of the camera or on the keyboard. And I've sat back and gone, oh my fucking God, really? I know people think that about me too. And the one solace I'll give is any game I play, I admit to at some point. If I'm playing a game, I promise you it'll be admitted to in a timely manner. Otherwise, I'm being fucking dead real.
Yeah. Well, maybe we're all just delusional.
What do you mean by why we're all just, or you're all just delusional?
No, I didn't say you. I said maybe we all are delusional.
Oh, well, yeah, no, we all are. I mean, we're all talking about a treasure that was quote unquote solved 3 years ago. But I see what Galaxy's asking though, because I feel it even in the behind the scenes. I felt it in when I was just a lurker, that like, oh, people just want to get the information out. People want what it really was back in the day, and it's shifted because just Forrest isn't around anymore. But what it really felt like, and again, I get reminded of it by going back on old streams. Oh God, Forrest is listening to our stream right now, guys. I don't know if he is. He might be, but I'm pretty sure he is. I don't know. I sent an email. I sent a link to Forrest. He's listening. And then all of what that does is it either gives the insinuation, well, he cares enough about you to watch your stream. Yeah. Or maybe, God forbid, he's even in the chat. If he's watching the stream, maybe he's in the chat. You yourself as the audience member can't help but getting into chat. Yeah. So maybe Forrest can't help but get into chat. And of course, he'd never admit who he is. Therefore, Forrest is in a secret name in this chat. I mean, all those insinuations happen without ever saying a word, just by saying, ooh, I don't know, maybe Forrest is in the chat. And
Right.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
That was the problem we faced back in the day. Now it's just more, honestly, I don't even get the game right now because nobody knows shit, including myself.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, at least you're getting some tidbits from Shiloh.
Sure, but there's a lot of people out there, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with them, who would say, well, the only reason Shiloh's even texting you, Ben, is because he's playing you. He is just fucking giving you what you need to hear to make sure that that you calm down and you don't ask questions and let the Netflix thing happen. It's all going to be good, yada, yada, yada. And it's like,
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know. I can't keep up with all the BS. It's either BS or it's real. I can't stop the guy from texting me and not texting you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sure that has a lot to do with you won the flies. And maybe that's a spin off of that. Maybe that's,
I don't think the flies had anything to do with it. I mean,
it's possible.
I personally think those flies freaking have something important to them. There's writing. I can't remember if it's a scrapbook or I think it's a scrapbook, but there's some writing from Forrest where he talks about how any of his hand painted poppers he would put an eye on to make it look more dangerous, and he never dared cast those flies.
Right.
And that got me to going, well, in this fly case that you kind of put together, I'm wondering, there's this one fly that's hand painted with an eye. Is there a special story to it? And he goes, yeah, the bumblebee popper.
Yeah.
It has a special story to it. I'm like, okay, do you want to tell me the special story? No. Yeah. And so I wondered,
I love that scrapbook because I've been collecting wine corks for my nephews so that
I love it.
So they come over, we can make some flies out of them. So yeah. So you mentioned something about Netflix. So if there was do you think the hype on the Netflix thing is so that people can unload their coins and gold and try to get a decent amount for them?
Brian, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
What's going on doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it was just a thought we had.
No, it's a great thought, but it leads to a good question, and maybe you guys have already asked it. But if you're the perpetuator of news that this is going to be on Netflix, let's just use basic logic here. You have a coin, you have a series of coins that you probably admittedly overspent on just a tad.
Oh yeah, just a tad.
And now you're looking to get rid of most of them. Understandably, we all get buyer's remorse. You want the token, you don't want to be selfish, and you want to unload. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Fine, you want to unload. Why would you unload before the Netflix project?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Let's underestimate here. Underestimate. 3 million people watch the Forrest Fenn Netflix documentary because they have to, because the algorithm forces it. It shows up right in your feed on Netflix. You have no choice but to watch. You watch it, and it's kind of quasi-intriguing. So let's say they get 3 or 4 million eyeballs on it. That's a low ball estimate.
Yeah.
Well, let's say they keep 0.5% of the 3 million. That's 15,000 people who are now Forrest Fenn fanatics. If they manage to get 0.5% of their viewing audience to fall in love with Forrest, you have 15,000 people who want a gold coin from the treasure chest. You have all the people who left, who come back, who've seen it on Netflix now. And they're reminded that, yeah, they were in the chase in 2010 to 2015 and they quit. Now they see it on Netflix. They want to buy a coin. I mean, why would you sell now when you could sell for 45% more in 6 months or whenever your stupid little documentary is coming out?
That's what we've been trying to figure out because there's people unloading their coins and gold. So that's what
it makes no sense to do. The only thing I can come to the conclusion of is the same people who thought it was a really good investment to spend more money than it was worth the night of, who keep telling us the same old BS, are now making more BS mistakes today. It's actually not that shocking if you add it all up. Of course, yeah. Jack himself sold the gold at the lowest gold ever was since he acquired the chest. From 2020 to the moment he decided to sell the gold, he sold gold at peak low.
Yeah.
K-Pro predicted that too.
And K-Pro predicted that? Well, it's even more ridiculous that K-Pro would even predict that. Who would predict somebody sells at peak low? This is the guy who said he was churning credit cards, that he was going to school to be a doctor, that he had college debt. He was on the internet. He understands the way the world works, and he sells at peak low.
So what is your opinion? So somebody in the chat wanted to know, what was your opinion on Shiloh saying he was $1 million in the hole?
Okay, so $1 million in the hole is interesting. I've talked about it with Shiloh like 3 or 4 times now. Since K-Pro kind of made that comment more public, if you will. It was mentioned in a conversation on Discord kind of a few times, to be honest, before she finally picked it up and put it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And Shiloh even messaged me a comment saying, "Hey man, I just want to double check. Did I say in the hole? I can't even remember myself." And I said, "I don't know. I thought you said in the hole. Let me double check." And I go back through our old messages and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I see what happened here. The phrase was used, but in the same paragraph. But and so I kind of go back to him. I'm like, okay, so you didn't say $1 million in the hole. You said you and your family have invested well over $1 million into this, that you're not doing this for money. If anything, you're in the hole. Like that, it was kind of a series of sentences because the context of that conversation was, listen, dude, people think you're doing this for money. People think you're stringing us along for some Netflix documentary so you can get your paycheck and call it a day. And he went, I get it, but that's what I really want people not to think. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for a paycheck. If anything, man, dude, my family has been into this for over $1 million. We're in the hole at this point. I mean, at that, when you hear that, whether you think Shiloh's up to fun and games or not, you go, well, yeah, he's not in this for the money, because I also happen to know, and maybe that's why he's telling me, but I also happen to know how much he would have been paid for it because of the position I'm in. Ashley and I know the head of unscripted at Netflix. The maximum Shiloh was offered was 150 grand. He is not doing this for 150 grand. Maybe one of us would do it for 150 grand. He is not doing all of this for 150 stinking $1,000.
Yeah. And that makes sense. I mean, it's logical.
But do you see how quickly it gets taken out of context? K-Pro shows 3 lines from a Discord conversation that was 35 minutes long, 78 messages. You know, you guys see 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we didn't really speculate on it. I seen somebody ask that question in the chat.
No, for sure. You guys weren't speculating on it like today, but like I've seen the questions arise from time to time, and it makes sense, especially when K-Pro blasted. I don't care what K-Pro wants to blast these days or not.
Yeah.
Cynthia drops in Discord and tries to update and she showed some old text messages with Shiloh from a year ago about the fishing line, and it's like, okay, Cynthia, you failed to remember that all you're doing is reminding those of us who pay attention to the timeline. Now you're saying that Forrest showed you the fishing line. He told you about the Christmas card. He told you about Fenn Rock, all in August of 2020. And then 2 months later, in October of 2020, you tell us it's GPS.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Cynthia, stop it. Stop it. You keep fucking up. Effing up.
It's too late for that, Ben.
Sorry, man. I really tried. I did try. I even noticed I said like 3 F-bombs right after I said I would try, but honestly, it wasn't on purpose. The point is, it's frustrating. There are games being played, even with the stoof.com website. Somebody's up to something. I don't know if it's the people in charge or just trolls or Jack really hates us. Maybe Jack just really hates us. I don't know.
He is that type of character, though.
I don't think Jack could ever walk away from us. The Condor 2, whether you believe, I don't care. I don't care if you think Jack is the finder or not. Jack was Condor 2. That part I'm sure of. And Condor 2 would never leave this community. Just wouldn't, especially if Condor 2 became the finder. Oh, Condor 2 would become Condor 3 and start laughing at everybody. That's what he would do. And I think that's what we're getting. I think Jack is still around and enjoys being the smartest guy in the room.
Right. Very well. I mean, yeah. Anything else, Galaxy, you can think of off the top of your head?
Yeah, there's lots of weird stuff about me out there in case you do have questions, because I don't mind setting records straight.
We don't pay any attention to that stuff.
I know.
We really
What kind
don't.
of stuff are you talking about?
Any kind of stuff. You guys want to talk about the Impossible poem? I'm here for it. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been looking at it. I told you I was going out west.
It remains unsolved, my friend. It remains unsolved.
Yeah.
It's been out there for what we've done. The hunt started over a year ago. So
yeah.
You
I've
think
got
the Netflix thing is a sure thing though?
You know, it's interesting. I used to think it wasn't. I used to think, nah, this is BS. It's just a company. I know the way it went down in 2021 because I got close to Jens. And by getting close to Jens, I was able to hear the interactions with Jared from Vox and Nomatica. Even Jens himself had conversations with them. And I was in the room listening to a 2-hour conversation, listening to this Jared guy tell lie after lie after lie. It was very simple for them to tell searchers, yeah, we're with Netflix and you should sign with us. But you have to only do exclusives. You can't talk to anyone else. Like I was noticing all the games and I just didn't like it. And I was just like, yeah, they're full of shit. They're not with Netflix yet. If you look at Vox's history, they have they have a crap ton of projects with Netflix. Jared would be both a liar and a truth teller when he's telling searchers, oh, we're with Netflix, because the company itself it does a lot of work with Netflix.
Right.
Is Netflix a go? Listen, I don't back down from the idea that Ashley and I's contact is important enough at Netflix to where we would know if this project were slated for even a trailer release, we would know about it.
Yeah.
And according to him, it hasn't even reached his desk yet. It makes me wonder what the heck is going on.
Right. Well, that's kind of where I've been too, because I know there at the beginning they were looking for people for that documentary. You could email in and
do you remember that? They put out that Google thing where like, hey, everybody just sign up. That was after I listened to Jared and Jens argue and debate on the phone for 2 hours in West Yellowstone. What was that? August of 21. So, August of 21, they were arguing that Google thing comes up. And remember, there was Theo Love Love who was going to do the first version of this. And I guess they got a different director, but no one really knows who the different director is. And Jared gave K-Pro an update that he was going to put a press release out a month ago, except the press release didn't come out. And then now K-Pro is on Thor giving updates as of today or yesterday. Nope, I just heard Netflix is still a go. Just talk to Jared. Like, okay, where's that press release? It feels like everyone's getting played. And that's okay. So like, here's the thing. I went from random lurker to YouTuber to try to infiltrate to I think infiltrated to now boots on the ground. I can report from the war zone right now with 2 fingers in my ear and a helmet on my head. Brian, we're all getting effed with right now. There are bombs flying over our head, but we are all getting effed with. Anyone on YouTube, do not trust them because we are all getting effed with. I mean, that's the news report.
Yeah. I'm with you. I completely get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, that's where we're at.
So is there certain stuff that Shiloh won't even answer?
Oh gosh, all the time. Shiloh and I will talk about anything from like what we're drinking, and we'll take a photo of what we're drinking and send it to each other sitting on the, like on our porches or something. And then I'll ask him about DB Cooper, and he'll stop talking for like an hour. And then I'll go back and I'll go, hey, I really love this photo of your grandpa and this plane. And he go, yeah, it's one of my favorites. You know what I mean? Like he'll ignore one thing and go to something else.
Yeah. Well, I could see him doing it.
Oh yeah, and he's done it on too many topics to the point where like I can't find a pattern to it or anything like that. Like I'm not figuring anything out. Remember, again, you guys aren't on Discord. He has said this to me, and I've reiterated as many times as I could there. He told me, I am channeling my inner Forrest Fenn. Like he made it clear. He's trying to be like Forrest. He's trying to be mysterious. He's trying to keep some kind of secret going. He's up to something. This guy, if he wanted us to go home and go away, wouldn't tell Ben Napple, a wild lunatic on YouTube, that he's channeling his inner Forrest Fenn. Why would you tell Ben? For the same reasons I would be on YouTube going, why on earth? Remember, guys, I was the one in September of 21 saying they're going to shove 9 Mile Hole down your throats. I've been told that Forrest allegedly used a string to cross the Madison at 9 Mile Hole. He couldn't find the spot where the blaze was. And then I'm told he also hurt his back on the final trip back to the car. They are going to shove 9 Mile Hole down your throats. Shannon has been notified by Jack. It's 9 Mile Hole. Cynthia has been told by the family. It's 9 Mile Hole. We are being lied to. Yeah. I said this 2 years ago. People think I'm a 9 Mile Hole defender. They forget what I originally said.
Yeah. So are you in the two chest category?
I am. I really am. If I had to lean somewhere, but I'm like a tide. My tide shifts every day. But you're talking to me at 6:48 p.m. local time. I think I'm a 2 chest guy, a 2 omega guy. I wonder on the 2 chest theory, how could it go? Is it 2 chests to find, or was it 2 chests and one is plan A, plan B? Was one a backup chest? Was one an emergency chest? I lean closer on emergency chest. I lean closer on if someone kidnapped Forrest. I know the kidnapping story might be bullshit or BS, and that's fair if it is. But I still think Forrest, this 9 Mile Hole chest feels like it has a backup story ingrained into the original story. And that makes me feel like Jack found the backup chest. He found the plan B chest. He found the chest that was like reserved for something else. I don't know how to make sense of it because it sounds like I'm just trying to like wish for it, right? I just want there to be 2 chests.
Yeah.
But there's enough BS in the story to make me wonder.
Yeah. Well, here's something about the 2 chest theory. So do you remember how many coins were in the treasure chest?
265?
Yes. When did Jack supposedly find the treasure chest?
6/5.
Okay. What's the postmark in the Thrill of the Chase with the chest open?
6/5.
Okay. You got the 2. You got the 2 6/5. So there's 2 6/5s, 2 endings.
2 June 5th.
Yes.
I love it, man. I mean, I love it. I love it so much. I love it because I didn't even think of the 2 June 5th. I just love June 5th.
Yeah.
Come on. The date is in the book.
Yeah.
Not just in the book, the date is on the chapter of the segment that gives you the poem to find the chest. It's not just June 5th, boys. It's Friday, June 5th.
Yes.
Which is exactly when the chest was found. My friggin' God.
Is there a chance that Shiloh could not even know? Or he
I
could
am
even,
wondering today that yes, maybe there is, and I don't want that to be misconstrued. If you were on Discord, my mantra has been Shiloh knows all. How dare anyone question Shiloh when he's the one who's sitting with Forrest every day in 2020, reminiscing about the chase, going over everything detail wise. It's the middle of COVID. Like, for anyone to think they know more than blood is ridiculous to me. However, we can't discount the idea that Forrest made sure to compartmentalize in this chase. And even that stems to a finder. Pretend I found the chest. Forrest tells me in 2019, hey, Ben, we're going to do this whole little game that I put in that chest, the second poem, and I want you to be part of it as my finder. But, you know, Shiloh's going to be part of it, but he doesn't know. So you can't really tell him yet. You know, could that have happened? 110%.
Right.
110%.
Where do you think, have you ever reached out to Dale?
I have a couple of times, and he's been rather short with me.
Mm-hmm.
He's never really, he clarified a few things. The one thing that I really wanted clarification on from him was he had made a comment that K-Pro brought up about Jack, or somebody who might be a Jack Stoof, or well, I guess K-Pro said Jack Stoof was on Dale's website in 2016 or 2017, and as some kind of screen name, might have been Clues from Philly, something from Philly, Jack from Philly. I don't. This is probably like April of last year, not this year, but the year before. Mm-hmm. And so I emailed Dale about that and wanted to say, hey, is this real? Did you say this? Like, do you want to clarify any of this? Because the insinuation here is that Jack Stoof was on your website in 16 or 17, and that destroys the timeline.
Right.
And his response was I posted it, but it was something to the effect of, I can't be sure about the exact timeline, but I do remember matching the emails or IPs, and he said it was before 2018. He kind of quasi confirmed it. I'm just like, so Jack was on Dale's site before 2018. Got it. Okay. So this story is bullshit or BS. Like, I've often wondered out loud to myself and to Ashley, what if this chest was found in 2018 or 2017? And we have Jack Stoof. If you're gonna go a direction and say that Jack Stoof is fake, well, then I'm gonna double down on your idea and say not just part of him is fake, all of it's fake. The first moment he emailed Forrest Fenn was to put a written record out there so that it could be found someday to prove this story. So if you're going to say Jack is fake, I'm going to say Jack was then created all the way back in 2017. And then that changes everything.
Well, he could have been created all the way back to 2011.
Well, then if you're going to go that far, then you say he was created as far back as 2009 when the Onion articles happened.
Yeah.
And that this character stuff. I mean, now we're sounding like people in the chase who sue. It's a fine line, right?
We don't sue.
We don't sue, but like we're making the same insinuation. Come on, we were a hop, skip, and a jump away from basically saying Jack Stoof was created in 2009 as a fake finder for Forrest Fenn's chase to end premeditatedly on June 5th, Friday of 2020.
Yeah.
How many Friday, June 5ths were there in the chase? 2?
I think only 2. Yeah.
When was the other one?
I'd
love to know what happened in the chase that day. Like, did anyone post anything? Did Forrest post anything? Like, did anything happen?
Was it 2013, 12, 13? I can't remember when it was.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I think there was only one other one on a Friday, June 5th. That I can remember. Anyway, it's like kind of like Galaxy likes to point out, scrapbook 158 that shows the chest. What's the 158th day of 2020? Was June 6th.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. But
I
this
just
is
think
why I'm digging.
one of the things that Galaxy and I always keep pointing out is we've never gotten good pictures of the inside of the chest.
I
Nothing.
mean, right.
I mean,
But the
this
only
is
good
hidden.
picture of the inside of the chest that I know of personally is the back cover of the Thrill of the Chase.
Yeah.
Full page color on that back cover.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Here's my thing though, Ben. If there is two, let's say the ones that were pictured in the book, or there is actually 3 photographs, you could potentially have more than one being shown in the book, and you just don't know it because they look alike.
Right.
But
you sound like a crazy person for saying that.
I know.
That's the point, though.
There's
the
a
point.
reason why, Scrapbook 158 came out, and then there was like controversy that came out when the high definition photo was like kind of leaked out. And now that this one has been found, it's like we can't ever see it up close like we did in that.
You want to know
Why
why?
is that?
You want to know why? I'll give you my conspiratorial theory, okay? Don't take it to the bank, but consider it. Go back to that HD image in 2016 that Dale shared with us. Allegedly, and we learned this after the chase ends, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But the photo that says copyright 2016 was originally sent to Dale in 2012. On the bottom left-hand corner of that photo of the chest, on the lid of the chest, or the rim of the chest, whatever you want to call it, where the wood meets the brass or the bronze.
Just JF.
Bottom, yes, you see a signature.
Yeah.
Now, what that signature is, I don't fucking know or effing know. But there is absolutely an engraved or something signature on the bottom left-hand corner of that chest, and it is not present on the Dan Barbarisi photos or the the LLC photos. I'm sorry, but it's 2 different chests.
It doesn't show up good, but then again, I can't say definitively it's not there because we just haven't given the right resolution picture.
It's not just wrong resolution and pixelation, man.
Yeah.
That section of the chest in updated photos from Barbarisi, there's a large green rectangle over the area. There just is. There is a large green rectangle that matches the rest of the patina, and it is Photoshop City, and it is right over that one specific part. What are they hiding?
Good question. That's what we've been trying to. That's what we've been on.
I think I'm on the Netflix project, and I'm the one trying to hide this crap. Quite opposite. Quite opposite. In fact, I think it proves my infiltrations have worked. If people still think I'm on the bad side, that means maybe those on the bad side think I'm on their side.
Oh no, we've never assumed that you're on the bad side.
No, not you guys. No. That's not a shot.
And I don't look at anybody like Galaxy. It's just kind of the same way. I don't consider anybody on a bad side or anything, and I enjoy everybody in the chase, regardless. I just want people to know.
I do too, to an extent.
Just because just because I bring up somebody's name or or I disagree with them, it's just a disagreement. It doesn't mean a disagreement isn't that, oh, I don't like you. It's just a disagreement,
Brian, somebody doesn't like me in this chase. Somebody called SWAT on my house, dude.
Are you kidding me?
You guys don't know about this?
No,
No.
we're not on Discord.
See, I didn't go on YouTube about it. I posted about it on Discord. I posted the photos of police in my front yard. But a week or two ago, SWAT was called on my home, and they were told that I was holding a knife to a 37-year-old female's neck. A 39-year-old male was holding a knife to a 37-year-old female's neck. SWAT comes to our house, calls us a few times. We don't get the messages because we're asleep. It's 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
She happens to wake up on like the fifth call, and they tell her, and she's like half awake, to come to the front door and exit the house and step to the west. And she like nudges me and she goes, "The cops are here. I don't know what's going on." And so she did it, and all that happens. I walk out the door with my phone in my hand, and I have 3 dudes with sniper rifles pointed straight at me, and some dude with like a grenade launcher pointed at me.
Oh, geez.
Giving me directions. I was completely swatted.
That's crazy. Because
What? That was 2 weeks ago.
Well, they should be able to verify where that call came from.
It was a tip given anonymously to the NYPD recruitment office. NYPD in New York City, which then went to the Chandler Police Department in Arizona.
It seems like if that was messed up, they should be investigating that.
Oh,
'Cause
we are.
that's taxpayer money that they're spending.
Believe me, we're investigating. But
Yeah.
but like that's somebody friggin' hates me, Brian. Somebody hates me in this chase to do that.
Probably stoof.com.
As Buffalo Bill, I created a login to mess with a couple of people who were messing with this chase hardcore, and I created a login so a couple of people could get messed with. The person I created a login for crossed the line, posted an image of an AutoZone, which happened to be across the street from the person who said, "Hey, that's across the street from me." So, you kind of fucking said it. Sorry for the F-bomb. And I'm not saying that's the retaliation, but I got swatted.
Yeah.
Gee, who had it worse?
Well, I tell you what, on that note, I don't want to get swatted, and I'm sure Galaxy doesn't either.
I don't think you do.
We probably need to kick Ben off here.
Yeah, no, that's probably a good idea. I'm dangerous.
that's crazy though. You can get somebody killed doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I had guns on my. The fact that my kids didn't get woken up by this is only due to the fact that Ashley and I woke up, got the last phone call that kind of like triggered us and told us to wake up, and they were all still asleep.
No, man. That's crazy. That's messed up.
There have been people that have been shot through the window, like, looking out their window, or
Oh, yeah.
they could think you have a gun pointed at them.
Especially when the call in is he has a knife to a woman's throat. So now anything in my hand is looked at as a weapon, not just a gun, a knife too. If I have a knife in my hand and I come out that house, I'm not going to say, why would I ever walk out of my house with a knife? But you know what I did have in my hand? A cell phone.
That's messed up. If that was somebody in the chase, that is just messed up.
Oh, it was 1,000% someone. It was 1,000% someone in the chase. I've been alive on this planet for 39 years. I've never been swatted. This was someone in the chase.
Yeah, I would say the majority of Americans never get swatted.
Right. It's a little ridiculous.
Like
Gosh, what do your neighbors-
99.999.
Yeah, no,
What do
and I
your
look like
neighbors think?
I look like a crazy person to my neighbors. 3 of them come to my door a few hours, as the day goes on, and they're like, "What happened?" And again, it was the same reaction with all of them, which was tell the story, and they have this befuddled look on their face, and then it's, oh, by the way, we are on YouTube and we're doing this whole weird treasure hunt thing. And there's these treasure hunters. And then like this look washes across their face of, oh, okay, I get it. Without
think
even
that-
being a part of it.
So do you think that'll make the Netflix documentary?
If it does, I'll sue. I am not part of Netflix. I know people think I am, and I am not. I am not. It is the last thing. Guys, look, everybody has an angle on this thing. Here's my angle. My angle is, how dare anyone make money off Forrest Fenn that isn't related to Forrest Fenn? And I think Forrest Fenn himself said that about himself. So if I'm getting attacked for saying that no one should make money off Forrest Fenn, that just tells me what I need to know. Because that's all I'm doing.
Well, did he not want to make money off of it because he was going to take it with him?
He can make whatever money he wants off of it. His
Exactly.
relatives can
Exactly.
make his relatives can make whatever money they want off of it. But it's interesting how I called out everyone else making money off of it and they didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I
get
want
it.
to ask a question. A few shows ago, you mentioned something about them. You said they looked into like Ashley's social media or something. What was up with that? Like they dove deep into her past, or?
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I've gotten emails and messages and phone calls and people who will bring up specific things in my past or Ashley's past that we know aren't available normally online. Everything is traceable or trackable in this world. If you wanted to find some girl I talked to in high school and you really, really wanted to try, I'm sure you could. One of those kind of things. But like effort to the extent of which where we're like, why are people going this far into your life? Why are people contacting certain people? Why are people telling us about certain events in our life that no one knows about? Like, you know what I mean? One of those kind of things.
Right.
Oh, so it's just like searchers doing it?
I don't know. I don't know. Look, if I told you I do this in Discord from time to time, this specific stoof.com website, I kind of took it as an attack on me personally. And there were some in Discord who were like, wow, you're very egotistical, Ben. Like, why do you think this is about you? And I totally understand that objection. 9 out of 10 times I would be making that objection.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was told, hey, you know, be on the lookout for audio to hit a website. It's coming up pretty soon. You're going to get a kick out of that audio from a Discord member. And then stoof.com goes live with sympathy for the devil. And again, you'd only be able to know this if you were in Discord. But in Discord, every morning for 2 months, I was putting in a GIF or the lyrics or the YouTube link to sympathy for a devil.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once the website started, it was like a full-on call out. Anyway, I don't want to get back into that. The point is, it something feels coordinated, and it does feel like it's a little bit of an attack on me. And there's a lot of people in this chase who don't trust me for reasons, and that's okay. But I think what people are going to be finding out fairly soon here is I'm not the bad guy. I'm actually the good guy. And the good guy has gotten very, very close, closer than anyone else in this chase has ever gotten before. And things are strangely happening. Like against me because of that. I know I sound like a fucking crazy person, freaking crazy person. I understand. And I am fully aware of what I come across like. Something's happening.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting. So I just, like I said, I just point blank sent you an email. Hey, do you own this domain?
I appreciated that you did. At least you just point blank asked, and I gave you a point blank answer, right?
Yeah, and I believe you. Yeah.
There was no like dilly dally, wishy washy. Well, Brian, it depends how you define ownership. Like, no, I didn't do any of that nonsense. No, I had nothing to freaking do with it.
Exactly.
But like, and that's not anger at you. That's what's needed. Direct questions, direct responses. And we got that from Shiloh today. And that's what really irked me. I was really thinking that this website was something important. And I think and still think that important means Shiloh has to be involved at some level.
Yeah.
He's the one promising fun. He's the one promising answers. So when Shiloh said this isn't him, I went, all right, well, son of a biscuit and gravy.
So have you brought to his attention the 6 to 9 month thing and see if that's still
Yes.
timeline we're on?
So once every, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks, I send him a text and I go, so my obligatory moment of the month where I ask you, Shiloh, are we still on the 6 to 9 month timeline? I mean, that's how I approach texts with him. I try to keep it lively, right?
Right.
He never responds to it. Never. He has never once said we're still on the same timeline. And then I've asked it in a way where, okay, so is it looking like we're on a delay? No longer 6 to 9 months? ? No response. So he hasn't responded that it's delayed. He hasn't responded that we're still on the same time frame. He
Wow.
just hasn't responded to any follow. You know what? F this. I'll do it right now. You
don't have to do it now.
No, I'm going to do it right now. Right now. Shiloh, text any updates to that awesome, fantabulous, amazing
Galaxy has a better question for you.
timeline? ? Okay, what's the better question?
Is it? Which one is it, Brian?
The question that you sent Shiloh recently on Messenger about the futures.
You just want me to read it? Is that what
Yeah.
you would think I should do?
Yeah, just read it. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I said to Shiloh, if there isn't 2 chests, then why is there so much secrecy when it comes to showing pictures of the inside of the chest? Also, why so many inconsistencies to what was said to what has been shown? Please give me a line of communication that has been given to others. If it's not true, you can blame me because I've been pushing 2 chests since shortly after it was found. And more people seem to be believing that. Prove me wrong and show me pictures of the inside of the chest that are of good quality, just like your granddad compared the graining in the wood of the peace pipe to the picture of Sitting Bull holding it.
It's a good email.
That is a good email, isn't it?
Good email. I love that email. I would have replied to that email if I was Shiloh. What did he say?
Nothing.
Oh, son of a bitch. Really? Nothing to that?
No, nothing.
See,
that's what
so
I don't get.
disheartening. It's so disheartening. That's a clever email. Like that's worthy of like at least like a ha ha ha, hey man, blah blah blah, right? Like
something. Yeah.
But at the same time, and look, I don't want to, he said the same thing to me. I asked him a question point blank, dude, are you conning me? Like, right, like point, like, are you conning me? And he said back to me, he goes, Ben, we had this conversation like 4 months ago. I don't reply to people. I want to reply to people. I want to reply to everybody. I am only replying to you. And I'm like, what the
What about Candy?
And I said, first of all, you're replying to Candy. He goes, and he goes, all right, yes, I'm texting with you. He made the clarification. I think he was trying to build up my ego because I was having a bad night, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, you text Candy. He goes, yes, but still, it's rare, man. Nobody's going to get responses. I'm giving you responses for a reason. And I have put together that it's not because I'm special. It's just I run the Discord. He wants those responses to get out quick. If they get out on the Discord, whether or not you're part of the Discord, they will get out to the rest of the community. The stuff that is on Discord that you guys don't know about is stuff that I don't need to get out to the community. For instance, me getting swatted. I could have made sure every single person in the community knew that I got swatted. I didn't. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here for that attention. Jeez. You guys didn't know about it until we talked about it just now. But if Shiloh does something in that Discord that I need everyone to know, everyone will know about it. And he knows that.
Yeah. But yeah, wasn't that a good question for Shiloh?
It's a great question for Shiloh, but you know what? He might not be in the position to answer it. Not that he doesn't know. It could be that he doesn't know. But just, hey, that's a really good question. Guess what? I can't answer that one. He can't say that. Remember, this is his first time doing this. We all had, 10 years to play the game, and Shiloh, of course, observed, but this is his first time as the game master. This is his first time as the guy in charge. I don't know who's in charge. Jack? If Jack's fake, whoever the real finder is, a combination of the two, Jack, real finder, and Shiloh, I don't know what the answer is, but it's something. I know what the numbers of the combination are. I just don't know the order.
Right. So I put a poll up. Do you believe in the two chests? Right now it's 50-50. That's where we're at, pretty much.
Ben, was it Ralph that got the response?
Say again?
Was it Ralph that got the response from Shiloh by email?
Oh, the person about this. Is there a second treasure? I don't remember. I remember this. I remember it was a name I wasn't used to. I was like, who is this?
I, for some reason, feel like it was Ralph. But it wasn't the same name used. It must be like a fake Facebook. Just to get into the Facebook groups, probably because they got banned.
Probably. That makes
And that's
sense.
let's say it is Ralph. All the shit that he has talked and he gets a reply. I just don't like that.
Which makes me think it wasn't a reply. It was probably not real. And the other part
Which it
is
very well could be.
Shiloh spells stoof wrong in that same.
Didn't Cynthia or someone follow up and ask him if the email was real, though?
I don't know.
Oh, I feel like that happened in Discord.
There was something to that, because somebody mentioned it in chat one. I think it was A Whisper. Said Shiloh said there wasn't two chests. And I'm like, well, where's that email? I've never seen it.
All right, let's ask him on that one too. Hey,
But it's been a topic I've been bringing up for years now, and if it's that simple, like why couldn't I have heard that a while ago?
Hey, so there was an email about you saying there was not a second chest. Was that valid? Is that how I should write it? Probably not. Get rid of the valid part. Hey, so there was an email about you saying there wasn't a second chest. I think it was around May of this year. Can you confirm you wrote the reply? There, I'll send.
There you go. That sounds good.
More than likely, he won't reply. And if he does reply, it will be, yes, I wrote the email, Ben. But that doesn't mean the email is true.
Yeah.
So do you post everything that he replies?
Anything that he allows me to post, I put in Discord immediately. The longest I've ever held on to something was minutes.
Well, it's kind of like when you're talking about a drink or something like that. I'm sure you don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so yeah, for instance, right? There's an oh, he wrote back just now. There is no second chest. Hold on. He goes, there is no second chest. They're capitalized are, and then asterisk, a few asterisks, jars, though, ... So I will repeat the whole phrase. there is no second chest. There are a few jars, though.
Well, that's news, isn't it?
That's really good. I love it. Thank you, Shiloh. He's listening. He's listening to the Brian Gates show. It's real. Ooh, this puts me in a good mood. That's a good reply. I love that. Jars, baby. Okay, let me ask you a hypothetical, Brian and Galaxy.
Okay.
If you were looking for a Forrest Fenn jar, right, and you're a selfish mother effer, how much do you think that jar is worth?
What does it have in it?
Jar has secret story from Forrest Fenn in it.
Gosh.
Wow. It could be worth a lot.
All right, so let me rephrase the question. What if Ben Knapple proved that Forrest Fenn was DB Cooper and that the proof of that is hidden in one of those jars?
Oh.
So hypothetically, let's pretend it's true, okay? You're not looking for Forrest Fenn's jar, you're looking for DB Cooper's jar. I mean, that jar is worth millions. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just saying if you want to be a selfish ass,
yeah.
hypothetically.
Well, it could have his CIA papers in it.
And you know what he said? And you know what he said in the binder that shall not be named and is not allowed to be talked about on Discord? I believe, and I won't quote it because we're not allowed to, but I believe there was something about the CIA in there and that there was more stories behind that, but wasn't covered in said binder. So there's lots of options here. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, that's good, Ben. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I'm glad he sent that back while we were talking. I'm going to post it on Discord now at everyone. Kind of, oh, shoot. I should ask. Okay. Oh, I already shared it. Whoops. My bad. Whatever.
What do you think about that, Galaxy? That answer?
All I can think of is that I still need a picture to see
Picture
it.
of what?
The inside.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
I want to see that engraving.
You want to see that bead of welding on the inside the lid?
Yeah.
You want to see the CE5 or CES or whatever it says on there? I think Justin.
That CE5 is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
I understand Forrest gave a response to it, and he gave it as a classification marker, and there is evidence to suggest that that's what he did. But oh gosh, I don't know, man. Oh gosh, I don't know. You know, it's so prominent when the man talks about full page color and the back cover of his book, Aberrations on the Edge, Hints on the Edge. The back cover of his book is that full page color version of that chest. And you can see the CE5. It's the only white color on the page.
Yeah.
It's so prominent.
Yeah. And there's a reason for that.
Like, even if it is a classification system and you release stories that you're so freaked out about the lighting, about how it hits the gold coins, you're going to tell me you didn't look at the CE5 and go, well, the CE5 means nothing, so I probably should cover it or get rid of it. I'm not sure. No, he leaves it for all of us to just go freaking crazy on.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm trying so hard not to curse. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It happens. I get it. I understand. So even after your comment from Shiloh, the reply you got back, the poll, it kind of goes back and forth, but it's 52% no and 48% yes.
Oh, I'd say that's a good poll. I'd say that's a really good grasp of where we are all at.
Yeah.
50-50, baby. 50-50.
And that's even after Shiloh gave us his little tidbit.
Yeah, I mean, look, he says no second chest, but there is a jar. Let's see. Let's review how I worded this. Hey, so there was an email about you saying there wasn't a second chest. I think it was around May of this year. Can you confirm you wrote the reply? And Shiloh's response is, there is no second chest. There are, capitalized, a few, asterisks, jars, though, ...
So that means there a few is more than one.
A few is definitely more than one.
So a few could be 3 or 4, right?
Well, Forrest
I guess
Fenn technology, a few could be 8.
Yeah. If you just said a couple, then you're only looking at 2.
Right.
Right.
Even though there's some kind of Forrest Fenn terminology where you could say a couple is still more than 2, but I don't buy that. A couple is 2. A few is more than 2, but not several. And several then needs to be defined.
So
2 or more, but not many.
2 or more enough. Okay, fine. 2 or more, but not many. So then what is the definition of many?
Freaking go in a ton of cartoons and a ton of movies.
That's the question I would then have to ask. Forrest Fenn friggin' preached to us to use a friggin' dictionary. So
Yes,
let's
he
use
did.
one. What is the definition of many? I'll look